So continuing on with EX command grab, you can catch people so they're airborne, but it's not invincible. So yeah, it's not invincible. But you can catch people on backdash. So a very important thing to know with Maxima is that if you notice your opponent who's typically using Aori, maybe Terry or Kenzo, what they like to do is back up at the beginning of a match to give themselves distance so they could start zoning. But if you input your EX command grab at the beginning, oops, wrong motion, wrong command, you can get them out of the backdash. First of all, because it's really fast. Does it travel full screen? Oops. Almost full screen. Just a little bit short from full screen. Yeah. Also because there's backdash recovery. Alright, so follow-ups. If you don't do the follow-up, it does the same damage as the regular version, so you always want to do the follow-up. And typically you want to use this when you have drive as well, so you can cancel it into other moves and get more damage out of it. Although if you're drive canceling it, it's best to drive cancel into the EX Vapor Cannon, which has a wall juggle property. I mean, yeah, it does put them out of the corner, but your Maxima, you can just put them back into the corner whenever you want. You know, unless you're not confident about your Maxima game, which you shouldn't be, unless you're starting out with them. But that's about it for EX command grab. Turns into a hit, comes out fast, can catch people backdashing, not invincible. And the only follow-up you usually want to be doing is the EX Vapor Cannon. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a waste of bar, unless you're just desperate to get damage or you want to, you know, finish them off. So next up is Super. It's the double Vapor Cannon. This is your main combo ender, and unlike most supers, it does have its uses both inside and out of a combo. So like his Vapor Cannons, if you get a counter hit off of it, you get a wall bounce. Notice that the wall bounce is a lot more significant than the regular version and than the regular Vapor Cannon, so you have a lot more time to follow up with it. Which makes sense because the recovery for his super is longer than his regular Vapor Cannon. But yeah, so if you get a counter hit off of this, it leads to a lot of damage. So that's like a neo-max amount of damage right there for just one bar, and you know, a conversion off of a counter hit. But you know, don't count on getting a counter hit. It's not like BlazBlue or Street Fighter where if you get tagged by anything, you get a counter hit. You only get a counter hit if they're doing a special move on the ground or in the air, and it's during the active frames. So not after they throw a fireball, but like during they throw a fireball, for example. And I think off of blowbacks too. There we go, yes, off of blowbacks. And aerial normals. So any aerial normal during the active frames, you can counter hit off of them. And any special and standing blowback. So yeah. Don't rely on, if you're playing as Maxima, don't fish for counter hits. You can, but don't make that be your sort of main style of gameplay. So the super also has Superarmor or guard point or auto guard. There's a lot of names for it, but yeah, however, just like his regular Vapor Cannon, it's vulnerable to low hits. So if someone's just mashing shorts, then you gotta get tagged out by it. So it's not a viable wake up option unless they're coming from the air at you. So let's say Kenzo knocks me down. that's an option that you can use. So just buffer it while you're waking up, and if you see an opening, then just throw out your punch, you know, activate the super, and then that's it. Let's see. So let me demonstrate the Superarmor properties of this. Oh yeah, I think this is a good way to demonstrate it. Alright. Well, not like that, but like that. You give absorb fireballs, you give absorb hits. You know, viable to use in between block string just because of its Superarmor properties. So it's something to use. The range is also pretty decent. It's very deceptive. Like, you think the range will only reach his arms, right? But the real range is actually around right here. Like, imagine like the vapor from his cannons also being the hitbox. So yeah, it's the range is deceptively large. This is the wallbounce. Let's push this much for it. Alright, there is an EX version of this, and it does a lot more damage. Oops, that's off of counterhit, but the real damage isn't too far off. Yeah. Alright, so the EX version does not have Superarmor. In fact, it has invincibility. There's a huge difference. In other words, it doesn't absorb hits, and also it's not invulnerable to lows. Oops, that's not even a good example. Alright. It's not invulnerable to lows. It's a perfectly acceptable wake-up option, unlike most supers in the game. And it comes out really fast, so we program Kenzo to just jab once in a while. Well, I don't have the reactions for it, but it comes out really fast, so you can punish a lot of things that you normally don't think would be punishable. So I don't know, like maybe something like that. Alright, if you have the reaction for it, don't hesitate to throw out EX Vapor Cannon. It comes out extremely fast, and it goes really far too. So here's the level 1, and here's level 2. It pushes them far forward. The thing you want to be careful about though is because it pushes them far forward, you might want to reconsider using it as an anti-air. See, that's perfectly acceptable to use as an anti-air, which by the way, the level 1 version does have a great hitbox all around Maxima. However, you don't want to use the EX version because you're gonna jump over. Alright. The only other match I lost on Steam, on the Steam KOF version, was because I used the EX version of this EX Super, and the Hell Pockets was able to jump over. Yeah. But anyways, EX version, what else do you need to know? Both supers give a hard knockdown. The EX version on counterhit does not provide a wall bounce, because the last hit is a hard knockdown by itself, and it's 3 hits. But yeah, you mainly want to use this as the EX version as a punish, and a revival reversal, because it does a lot of damage. The level 1 super as a viable anti-air, and a somewhat deceptively good, I guess, you know, to catch them doing a counter hit, you gotta have to sort of do something in between a read and a reaction to get like a successful counter hit. You can't just throw it out randomly like a vapor cannon and, you know, might get like a counter hit. And the next is his Neo Max. So double half circle back, both punches, and it's like a, you know, Iron Man laser. Very good, very damaging, comes out really fast, also invincible. And let's see what else. Chip